It is once again time for another OG Racing League next. Oh, I almost said next gen. These are far from next gen. Some good old Gen 6 Cup cars here at Richmond Raceway. Race number 5. Not race 2. I'll have to update the schedule and all that. I didn't realize that there was races before this. So, currently, last week's winner has the fastest lap. Not anymore, actually. Jason Higginbottom just took it from him. I feel like I've seen that paint scheme before. Which would let me zoom in on it. But I kind of can't. See if it'll let me go to when it was on track last. Doesn't look like it. But here's David Bennett, driver of the 17 Haviline Ford. He is currently out on track right now. We have 8.5 minutes left of practice. And right now, points are the following. David Wright has the points lead over Steven Requeno, both with at the least one win. David has 3 wins. Average finish of 2nd. I'm gonna guess that his where did he finish in the Wilderness Day when he finished 4th 2 weeks ago. Actually no, a few weeks ago. What is it? It was 2 weeks ago at Las Vegas. But this week we have Richmond Raceway 100 laps. And this is going to be probably a very exciting race here. Richmond usually has some pretty good racing here. And then next week we go to Talladega. That's going to be a fun one. Plate racing. These Gen 6 cars have some pretty exciting pack racing. Even just racing it as well. Stephen Selby and his number 12 FedEx Ground Toyota. And we're going to take one more further look at the points. David Bennett, 3rd in points with 128 total. And David Red's 152 total. Brandon Fetterplace and Kevin Newborn round out your top 5. Mike LaJoy, Alfie Sharon Jr., Dave Ingram, Dylan Alderink, and James Kerr are your top 10 after the first 5 races. And now, we might be able to see a first-time winner potentially. Jason Higginbottom has the fastest lap so far in this session. As before mentioned, he currently sits 27th in the points. We'll see what he can do here. Let's see, who wants an interview here? Let's get is Newborn out on track right now? Whoa. Currently 11th quickest. Not out on track. Oh, he's not in the VC though. Let's see if David Bennett would like an interview. Hey David, this is Sean up in the booth with VRN. You got me?
Hey man, how's it going?
Going good. Currently you are one of the faster cars here tonight. Currently 8th. How do you think tonight's going to go for your Haviline Ford?
I think just having a steady pace is gonna do well. It worked out for me last week, so I'm just gonna let fast guys roll past me at the beginning of the race, and then I'll just keep a steady pace and catch them back in the middle in the end.
Well, David, what are you expecting here? Well, David, what are you expecting here during the long run? Do you think we'll see some long runs, or do you think we'll see a lot of cautions?
I think it's going to be a lot of cautions tonight. Uh, Obviously, very loose off turn 4, so a lot of people are going to spin there.
And what do you think the tire situation is going to be like?
Uh, it doesn't seem too bad, but I'm sure we'll use them all.
Alright, well, David, good luck here tonight, and hopefully your 17 machine is running up front.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Alright, 4 minutes left. Let's see if we can get the rest of the schedule here. So after Talladega, we got Bristol, New Hampshire, Chicagoland, Watkins Glen, Martinsville, Dover, Charlotte, North Wilkesboro, and then Daytona all the way in August. Pretty far away. So yeah, we have 100 laps here tonight. I'm not 100% sure about how many tires and whatnot we have here, so I'm going to try to look at that now. Looks like each driver has 4 sets that they can change into, 5 total counting the ones they start on, 2 fast repairs, 60% fuel, 3 green white checkered attempts, most of the usual stuff here. We will not be utilizing the new Geico restart zones that they are doing. So this race should be a fun one to watch here on the Virtual Racing Network. I think we got time for one more interview here. Let's see, is Ingram there? Let's see. Dave Ingram is, he looks like he's available here now. Hey Dave, this is Sean up in the booth with VRN. You got me?
Got you.
Alright. Well, right now, your number 22 machine is 10th fastest, and what do you think it's going to take to maybe pick up a few more tenths here?
Well, I'll tell you, it's going to be an interesting night. Not such a big field, so we might run green a little more than usual, or a little more than you would expect at this track. I'd say take care of the tires, take it easy, stay out of trouble. Should be all right. We'll see how it goes.
Well, tires-wise, you only have 4 more sets available to you, not counting the ones you start on. Think we'll see most guys using up all 4 tonight?
Well, I think that's really going to depend on how it goes. Myself, I'm planning on using as few as possible. A little slow on the short tracks, so if I can shave off a stop or 2 on these other guys, that might give me the edge I need. But I think if we do see some bumping and grinding, some yellows, I think people are going to get tires as often as they can.
Alright, Dave, one final question for you. Do you think you'll be messing with your brake bias a lot during the event here tonight?
That is a good question. Running a little more towards the front, definitely. Things have felt really good in practice. So I think I'm happy with where I am now, but certainly open to make a change if I need to.
Alright, Dave, well, hopefully that beautiful number 22 is running clean and up front here tonight. Good luck, Dave, and hopefully you get a good finish.
Thank you so much. VRN's the best.
Second best. I don't know who's saying this stupid. Good luck.
Thank you.
Alright, looks like we might be having issues over on YouTube. It's buffering on my end. Nope, never mind. Just had to give it a quick little refresh. Are we having issues? No, we're not. We're good. Okay. Phew. Hate it when we're having, when it, like, tricks me out saying, hey, we're having issues over here, fix us. And really, we're not. Because it said connect streaming thing to start the stream. It's like, I already started the stream. I don't know. But just a handful of seconds left here in practice before we move on to qualifying. This series does have it, unlike the OGRL Tour Modified Division. Tomorrow night, we will have the Midnight Thunder Truck Series racing at Darlington. But tonight, we have the OG Gen 6 Cup cars here at Richmond. Let's see how this race goes. It's going to be a fun one. It's been a while since I've seen a race at Richmond. Personally, I have a lot of fun at Richmond. It's a really fun track to race. And I'm sure all these drivers here tonight will have a blast running. So let's see who's going to go out first here as we get ready to go. Green looks like Chad Lancaster. First car to venture out onto to the track. Awesome looking O2 machine here. Let's get a closer look. Can't quite tell what the sponsor is on that car, but it definitely looks pretty cool. As he goes around to start his first lap here as he heads down the backstretch. Dylan Aldering in his number 8 Coors Light Chevrolet. He had a good run last week, kept it clean for the most part. And Lancaster currently top of the charts, as he's the only car to set a lap. But here comes Aldering to set his first lap. Each driver has 2 laps that they can utilize. But so far, Lancaster is much faster all around the track so far. And he does, in fact, better his time by about 0.2 there. 21.894, the driver of the O2. James Kerr, who was in contention to win last night's race. Luck did not have it. Luck did not go his way. So here he comes out of turn number 4 to start his first lap. Or actually, no, that was his first lap there. This is his second lap he was on now. He was on pace. He's going to gain about 1/10. Ooh, now he's going to lose a bit of time out of 2. Gain about 0.2 here, not 0.4, 0.3. Spinning across the line. His second lap is not going to count. He tried get every little inch of time he could. David Wright, currently sitting on the preliminary pole. Last week's winner is number 42 Texas Pete Machine. But David Bennett here, currently 0.4 faster than his last lap, which did not count. He's coming around to complete his only time lap he will get, 22.2. Good enough for 4th. Stephen Selby in his number 12 FedEx Toyota Camry. 21.994 for 3rd. Here comes Dave Ingram, Stephen Requeno as well, starting his first lap in his Exalta 24. He had a strong run at Texas, just wasn't able to have the long run there compared to the 42, and he was able to still get a solid finish. And Ingram's first lap is going to be a 22.6 or 22.262, and so far pretty even. Stephen Requeno going to go 22.082. Both cars are 1/10 quicker so far. They both head into 3. Ingram gaining time on exits. He'll go 0.2 quicker. And so will Steve. 21.911. Lost a bit of time out of 4. And Ingram, 22.151. Is basically going to be setting your pole here. David Wright, Chad Lancaster, Stephen Requeno, Stephen Selby, Dylan Aldering, your top 5 so far. We have a few more guys that could potentially run, but they have just under a minute to set a qualifying time. So now, with only, let's say, 13 cars in the field, I don't know if we'll have a whole lot of cautions. I doubt it. We'll have to see what happens here throughout the night. 100 laps, 4 sets of tires, 60% fuel. Brake bias is going to be adjusted all night long. We're going to go ahead and get ready to take a look at the starting lineup for tonight's race. As qualifying comes to a close now, let's see who will have the chance to win it here tonight. On your front row, with 3 wins already on the season, David Wright in his number 42 Texas Pete machine. And beside him is Chad Lancaster in the 02. Row 2, we have Steven Requeno in the number 24 Exalta Chevrolet, and Steven Selby in the number 12 FedEx Toyota Camry. Starting in row number 3, we have Dylan Alderink and Dave Ingram on the outside in his number 22 Ford Mustang. Row 4, we have David Bennett starting on the inside in the 17 car, with James Kerr starting on his outside in the 75. Row 5, rounding out your top 10, Arthur Clements in the 01 machine starting 9th. And beside him is Jason Hickenbottom at the fastest practice lap. He did not come out to qualify in his number 44 machine. And then row 6, we have Joe Marks, driver of the number 4 car, starting 11th, with Brandon Fetterplace starting on his outside in car number 80. And then rounding out the field is Kevin Newborn, driver of the 51, starting 13th. And that is everyone. 100 laps is the distance. As you guys are aware, we are getting ready to go green. Pace car just needs to get a move on. We have a very competitive field. I'm surprised James Kerr is a little further back. Seems pretty good at these shorter tracks, but he'll definitely be able to make it up throughout the night. So really cool number font on the 44. As we are starting to get ready to go green. 2 laps of pacing, because it is considered a short track, even though we talked about this last night, ironically. That Richmond only needs 1 pace lap. And unless I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure it's still 2. But the iRacing.com official pace car is going to pace the field to the green flag. And David Wright and Chad Lancaster will lead the field to green. Reminder, we will not be using the cool new Geico restart zones that iRacing added recently. By recently, I mean just a few days ago. So let's see how this one goes, shall we? We're going to have 100 laps of potential green flag racing. I don't know how soon we'll see a caution here, but we're going to need some wide camera angles, so let's get those set up a while. Alright. Pace car will be pulling off the speedway this time around, and we will hit the field, or hit the ground running here, as the OG Racing League Gen 6 Cup cars coming to the green flag here at Richmond. Green flag is out, and wow, huge wheel spin for the 42. Already right out the gate. I'm gonna guess he tried to start in first gear, maybe. Let's take a look at the replay here. As you can see here, they're coming out of 4 out of the Geico restart zone. And he just wheel spin for sure. And then he clipped the grass and the 8 machine. Dylan Alderink Let's get one more review. Let's go on board here. Doesn't tell you what gear he is in, but I'm guessing first here. I mean, it just snapped on him. Nothing else he really could have done other than just not got it on the throttle so quick. So that's pretty good for Feather Place. Looks like he started from the pits. He's gonna get the wave around here, I think. I don't think they'll drop him to the back for any reason. Guess we'll have to wait and see. David Wright, Dylan Aldering are going to be restarting towards the back. A lot of front end damage to that number 8 car. Would not surprise me to see him come down pit road this time and maybe take a fast repair. I mean, it doesn't look too bad that you need to take a fast repair, but unless he has engine damage, I wouldn't. I'd just take as much optional as I could. But that is going to give Dave Ingram the race lead now, as Brandon Fetter places a lap down, kind of. He's just really far behind, we'll go with that. For some reason, it's not showing up his name when we are selected to him, that's weird. But David Bennett, he moved up 3 spots. It looks like everyone moved up a bunch of spots. Except for Stephen Roquena, he only moved up 2. Steven Selby moved up 2. I mean, this guy moved up 5. Great start to the night for the 22 team. Don't know. We're probably 2 to green now. Probably be getting ready to go green next time around. Dave Ingram, Stephen Roquena, Steven Selby, David Bennett, and James Kerr, your top 5 after that first incident there at the start of this one. Hopefully those drivers there can turn it around here and really pick the pace up here. We're getting ready to go back green. Brandon Fetter Place, like I mentioned before, he's going to get the wave around. It's really good for him. He missed the start, so he won't have to worry about waiting for another caution to get his lap back. It'll hopefully score him soon on the ticker. I don't know what's going on with that, but okay. And let's not be doing that in the chat, please. Green flag is back out. Dave Ingram, Stephen Roqueno lead the field to green, and Ingram with a huge jump and a huge lead into 1 and 2. And Ingram is going to lead the first lap under green flag conditions, but Stephen Roqueno is close on his bumper as they head down the backstretch here. The name I told you about earlier was James Kerr. Look at where he is. Whoa! He moved way up the track there, and around goes the 75. Looks like he got a little hit from the 51 as well. Caution is going to come out again after 2 laps. And we basically saw what happened there. He just got loose out of 4. People said that was going to happen a lot. It looks like it kind of started when he had to move up there. There's too much power on the throttle. And then he got smacked in the right tire. Right front tire there from the 51. Kevin Newborn. Chad Lancaster might have gotten a bit of it here. Let's see. Nope. He was able to get stopped just in time there. He'll be able to live for another day. And Brandon Fetterplace, who restarted last on that last restart, he is up to 7th and is still not being scored here. And we have more bots in the chat right now, guys, so apologies for that. I don't know what they are doing here. They don't belong here. Hopefully we see no more of those bots. I've already removed 2 of them from the chat. Ingram still has the race lead. I'm going to restart the overlays here quick, see if it'll score Fetter Place. I don't know if it will or not, but hey, it's worth a shot. Usually that happens when weird stuff is happening. So, I don't really know. Turn that back on. Timing screen. There we go. Now did it work? There we go. Now we can see everything from Brandon Fetter Place. Let's see how many laps people have led. Okay, cool. Alright, well. This race has so far been a little caution-y. Guess you could kind of say-ish. And we are now 1 to green. Dave Ingram, Steven Requeno, and the 12. Stephen Selby are going to be your top 3 under this restart. Let's see what Dave Ingram could do. He got a good restart last time. Let's see if he can get another one here. And a pretty good jump there. Green flag is back out. Ingram has now led 13 laps under green, or not under green, but just in total here tonight. But Selby and Requeno are trying to pull him in. Right to the back bumper. Requeno was able to get to him. He's going to look to his inside now as they head into turn 1. Throwing his car in there. They're going to be side by side. And Requeno going to clear him out of turn number 2. Oh, but Dave Ingram not going to let it go that easily here. And there's Jason Higginbottom, who had the fastest lap of practice. Did not get a great qualifying. Well, he didn't qualify at all, actually. They are side by side there for 3rd. And so far, Jason has it. And now David Wright trying to take 4th away from Stephen Selby. And Brandon Fetterplace trying to take away the 6th position from David Bennett. They're 2 by 2 pretty far around here. And it looks like Jason may have gotten a little hung up on the 22 there. He's going to try the outside. It kind of works. Not very well on these fresher tires, though. Let's see, as they head into turn number 1. Now is David Wright trying to get inside the top 3. He will. He's going to go all the way to 2nd as well. 3 wide, almost there out of turn 2. Whoa, what happened to Selby there? No, that wasn't Selby, sorry. That was the 80. Better place. He launched way up the track. Let's get another look at that quick. Oh, it looks like he got a lot of help from the 75 of James Kerr there. And somehow he held onto that machine. I have no clue what happened with that. But Requeno out front right now by 1.2 seconds. And David Wright, Jason Higginbottom in tow. And those two have already pulled away a second from Stephen Selby. And it looks like Chad Lancaster is pulling in Selby by... maybe not. He was for a bit there. 51 in the wall back here, not having a good night so far. This race has barely gotten going and he has not had a good run. Arthur Clements trying to work his way back through the field. David Bennett has fallen a lot. And James Kerr has just, looks like he just really hasn't had the same car since that incident with the 80. Meanwhile, battle for second, potentially gonna heat up here very quickly between Jason Higginbottom and David Wright. James Kerr, Brandon Fenderplace are side by side back here, with the 22 playing a role in this potentially. And it looks like the 80 gonna take the bottom here. James Kerr tried to split him 3 wide, and it kind of worked there at the end. He's gonna move up to 7th. However, James Kerr needs to try to get around the 80 now. And the battle for second here. Jason on the bottom and David Wright up top. And Wright will clear. He'll hold on to second for the time being. James Kerr, Brandon Fenderplace are still fighting here. And James Kerr's fallen off now. Jason has a really good exit, but just doesn't have him on exit or entry. Is when the 44 is good compared to the 42. It looks like he's sliding up a little too high out of turn 1 and 3. But Stephen Requeno keeping a nice consistent line all the way around the track. Nice wide camera angle there. You can see the gap between first, second, and third, fourth and fifth as well. It's pretty open, but it used to be a second. It's now down to just over half a second. Here comes Jason Higginbottom on board the 44 as he rides in third, yeah. Right behind the number 42, Texas Pete's Camaro. Gap is still about 0.6 of a second here. As you can see, Stephen Requeno, nothing in his windshield except for clean air, and not a bother in the world for him. But David Wright and Jason have caught up to the back of the 24, and this seems very familiar to what we saw just last week as David Bennett moves up to 8th. David Ingram, falls down to 9th after leading the opening 14 laps here. Stephen Requeno seems to not have the long run pace like we gotta say. Same thing that happened last week seems to be happening again here at Richmond. So we come around to complete lap number 29. Now as they are trying to do lap number 30, the gap between the top 3 is really starting to close in now. 3.5 tenths. Almost down to 3 there. Trying to keep a good consistent line, the 42, but just seems a little slidey maybe? I don't really know how to say it on exits, and he loses just a smidgen of time, but it doesn't really affect him all that much. Not a major loss for the 42. But the 44, Jason, he's honestly probably just chilling around right now. Just waiting for the perfect time to strike the 2 cars ahead of him. is the total gap between first and third. 7/10 of a second. The total gap between first and third. 7/10 of a second. Huge wiggle by the 42 out of turn number 2. That's going to allow Jason to get on his outside, but that did not last very long at all. And there's another bot. David Wright going to hold on to second still for now. Not quite able to get the back bumper of Steven Requeno right now. Could that be the product of dirty air? It probably is with this package. And Jason Higginbottom, first car to pit and maybe retire. And that seems like the case. That's weird. What happened? I had to go back quite some time to maybe see what happened here. Looks like here it just started slowing down. I don't know what happened to the 44 car, but he did just disconnect there. So that'll move Steven Selby up to third. But he is very far behind David Wright, over 4 seconds behind. As Arthur Clements goes a lap down. There he is in the 01 machine. Requeno holding steady to a 4/10 of a second lead. And battle here for 6th. James Kerr on the outside with David Bennett on the inside. Inside line is favored to Bennett, but look at the run. The 75 car gets on the outside. He will clear. James Kerr will hold on to 6th. It's Chad Lancaster just a few, just 2-3 seconds up from him. I don't know if they'll be able to catch up to him. Now it seems like Requeno's car has kind of picked up pace just a bit more. They're coming up on 40, on lap number 40 that is. David Wright, they're running pretty similar lap times. Actually, Requeno is still in the 22s. David Wright's starting to dip lower into the 23s. About 2/10 faster was Steven. That's another bot. Oh man. Steven Requeno has led 25 laps so far, and all the other laps were led by the 22 who is relegated down to 9th at the time being. Requeno, David Wright, Steven Selby, and then Brandon Fetterplace and Chad Lancaster rounding out your top 5 as they complete lap number 40. Fetterplace looks like he has been through a lot already here tonight, and this race is just about halfway already. Requeno currently leads 8/10 over the 42, and Wright still gains pretty good time on entry, but just can't get it to stick, it seems, and loses just a ton of time on exit. But this time, okay, it's kind of hard to tell where he was gaining time at there. Gap goes up to about 8/10 there, and then it goes down. Ooh, actually this time it did not go down until now. Let's get a rear bumper cam of Steven here. Just about a second between the two drivers. Requeno definitely is pulling away. This one might be Steven's race to lose right now here. As let me see where he is in points. He's second in points, that's right. I don't know if he was thinking of, I don't know if I he's a different person or what. But, once again, apologies for all the bots in chat tonight. I have no clue what is up with that. Hopefully they stop coming in, because this is getting very annoying. But, Steven Rocano has one win already on the season. He's looking for number 2 here tonight. As they're coming up on some more lap traffic, that's Dave Ingram way up the track, trying to give these leaders as much room as they need. Props to him. But David Wright really able to gain there. He's going to lose it all here. Oh, maybe not. It looks like that 24 is getting really tight on exit. 0.4 of a second is the gap. As we are ever so quickly approaching halfway. The gap is starting to open back up though, as kind of expected. There it goes all the way. Okay, looks like David Wright is pitting. Yep, there he goes. First car to come down pit road. That'll move Steven Selby up to second for the time being. It looks like no one else is going to come with him. Potential problems for David Bennett? What happened? Why is he slow on the track? Oh, let's take a look. Looks like he's under the 75 for right now. Looks, whoa, what happened there? He almost kept it off the wall there. Just a little bit of left front damage on the 17 Ford. No caution for that. There goes Steven. He's coming down pit road now. Let's get a better pit road angle here. There we go. But Steven Selby is going to inherit the race lead. And here he comes. Along with Fetter Place, Chad Lancaster still out on track. He will now take the race lead. It's David Wright. He is a lap down, but now he is going to take the race lead. Maybe. He might have. Not quite sure. Oh, yeah. He just did. Big time, too. That's quite the gap David Bennett has built up. As he moves up to 6th. James Kerr, Chad Lancaster are still staying out. David Bennett just came out. He comes out in 11th. Dylan Alderink here. Wow, his car also looks insanely beat up. Just like the 75 and the 80 of Brandon Fetterplace. And speaking of him, he coming out pit road now. I don't know when Lancaster is going to pit, but oh, someone's in the wall back there. I think that was the 01. Yep. Arthur Clements just hit the outside wall pretty hard there, I will say. And look at the gap David Wright got there. 3.5 seconds over Steven Rocano, and he has the race lead now. Because everyone else in front of him has not yet pit, including Dave Ingram, and look at David Wright. He was right on the back bumper of that 22 Ford Mustang. Battle for 4th here. And now if I'm Dave Ingram, I would say, okay, I think now's the time to pit, and I'd come in this lap. Dylan Alderink pitted earlier in this race. Okay, I think that was when he was up, got involved in that first yellow. Chad Lancaster still staying out. James Kerr still staying out. And just look at how slow he looks. The 75 car. Yikes. Oh, caution. Caution on the track. What happened there? Was it the 01? It might have been. If he stopped on the track, that might have thrown the yellow. Ouch. That's going to leave 6 cars a lap down. That's good for the top, for the 4 cars that stayed out. Lancaster, Kerr, Alderink, Ingram. All those drivers did not pit, and now they will, obviously. Lancaster coming in, Alderink. And there goes the 22 coming down pit road. They'll have about nearly a 10 lap tire advantage. We're going to go ahead and take a break here. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We are coming to 1 and 2 green here. Chad Lancaster and James Kerr will lead the field to green because everyone else pitted again. So no tire advantage for the top 4. I don't know what happened there that made the other cars come in just a lap later. I mean, everyone was on the lead laps, so not really sure what happened there. We're getting ready for the green flag to drop again here at Richmond Raceway. We only had 3 cautions here tonight, and so far it's been a pretty good and close race for the lead here. So pace car going to pull off the speedway this time. There it goes. As here comes the field to the Geico restart zone. Green flag is out. We are racing again at Richmond. Pretty even start for the race leaders. And chaos in the back. Requeno, hard hit for him. Honestly, the first thing that I saw there on that restart. Once that happened, wider angle here. Watch the 24. It looks like the 01 just plowed into him. I don't know what that was all about. Let's see if we can go on board here. I don't know what really went on there. I mean, it looks like he just completely missed the corner. And then James Kerr here, he just got loose. I mean, there's nothing else he could have really done there. Actually, it looks like he may have gotten a bit of a bump from behind, or maybe he hit a bump on the track that really just upset his car. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's hard to tell from that angle. We can see the rear of the car really, like, step down in a way. It's hard to tell unless we go on, like, a far chase cam and, like, really slow it down. Was there any contact? Some net code. That's probably it. Just a net code between the 02 and 75. To be fair, they were 3 wide though. So it looks like net code caused that, and then yeah, that happened. So yeah, let's see if we can maybe talk with Steven here. He is actually not in the voice chats though, so guess that's a negative. Is James in there? James is. Let's see if we can dial up James Kerr here. Hey James, this is Sean up in the booth with VRN. You got me?
Yes, I do.
Alright, well we've seen you get really loose here all around, and well that's when we had a little bit of help. How's the car feeling right now on fresh tires?
The first couple of laps with the new tires are kind of sketchy, but after you get a couple laps, get a heat cycle in them, they feel pretty good.
So I've seen you have some really good runs here at these short tracks. I go right to the Tour Modified series, so are you able to take anything from those cars and port them into the Gen 6?
A little bit. A lot of it, they're two totally different animals, but these things, saving tires is going to be a big key on these, opposed to the modifieds. Modifieds, you can abuse the tires and they'll still hold.
Well, we have just about 25 laps here? No. Something like that, I don't know. But just a handful
35.
of 35, yeah. Something like that. We're getting ready to go green here, James. Good luck, and hopefully you can get another good finish.
I appreciate it. I hope so.
Well, we're getting ready for the restart here. I don't know why I said 25. I was doing, like, just trying to get it super fast, but hey. It's 35 laps to go at the line. Let's see what these guys can do within the last 35 laps. Pace car is off. Dylan Alderink gonna lead the field to green. Good jump for his number 8 car. Looks like that thing's a little cleaner than it was before. Here comes David Wright to take away second. Steven Roquena working his way up, and there's James getting loose again. But that time he was able to keep it under control and saved it. Roquena up to 5th here. Steven Selby 4th. And Dylan Alderink leads his 7th lap of the night. Could we see a first-time winner or another first-time winner this season? We've only had 2 so far. But here comes David Wright with a massive dive bomb. Wow. And around goes the 8 car. I mean, Wright was really pushing him pushing it on exit there to try to clear him. And it looks like no caution so far. He may have gotten it going there. No caution. Chad Lancaster up to 2nd now. He's had a really up and down night. And it looks like David Wright is going to lead the funny number lap. As Roquena moving up to 3rd now. He has a really good long run car. So I think it's really between the 42, the 02, and the 24 at this point. All drivers that have a 2 in their number. But can Lancaster hold off Roquena? I don't think he can. I haven't really seen a whole lot of Lancaster. Other than he started up front. He had a little bit of trouble at the start. But he's been through the field. We'll see what he can do. But David Wright is long gone right now. He is in a world of his own as he leads the field in his number 42 car. A little further back, Brandon Fetterplace trying to get to the back bumper of James Kerr for 5th. BP trying to get another top 5 finish here tonight. He's in the outside wall and around he goes into the inside wall. Hard hit. Now the caution's going to come out. For sure this time. Hard hit for Brandon Fetterplace. He was battling for the 5th position. Just wasn't quite able to get it. David Wright is currently your race leader with the O2 behind him, and everyone's coming down for tires now. Except for Steven Requeno, it seems. And Dave Ingram's staying out. As expected, honestly. Kind of expected him to stay out. He said he wanted to use as little tires as possible. Try to see if he could capitalize on not pitting. We only had around 20 laps on these tires, which is a decently high amount. So everyone is going to be back on the lead lap except for the 01 of Arthur Clements. And James Kerr is going to win the race out of pit road. He's going to restart on the second row on the inside line. Chad Lancaster beats the 42 at pit road. Slow stop for that 42 car. And look who is starting behind him, the 8 of Dylan Alderink. Well, not actually, yeah, right behind him. Brandon Fetterplace will start 9th. Oh boy, this is going to be a good restart. A good restart that could potentially be the last. And Steven Requeno going to pace them around the field. This time around, we will be 25 laps remaining in the race here at Richmond. The question you guys should be asking right now is who's going to win? I think most guys have used up 3 sets of tires, 3 to 4. But the front 2 have only used 2 to 3. Actually, Ingram may have only used 1. We'll see what happens here. Requeno, Ingram, Kerr, Lancaster, and Selby. Your top 5. So we're getting ready to go green here within a few laps. 25 remaining. This race has been a good one. Requeno looking to lead, get the bonus points for leading the most laps, and I think he may have that one locked in now. It might be close. I mean, if Ingram leads the rest of the race, that's 37. Yeah, he has it locked in because there's no way the 42 has. Yeah, he's only led 8. So, Steven Requeno has got the bonus points now. He has it locked up. But I'm going to keep an eye on these 2 back here. The 42 and the 8 cars. Racers remember everything that happens to them in the past 2 years. And green flag is out yet again. 3 wide and the 22 dropping way back. Ingram's going to fall from 2nd to 9th. Keep an eye on the 75 of James Kerr. I feel like he's one of the favorites to win, along with the 24 and the 42. He just needs to keep the car under him here and keep it smooth. Coming to 21 laps to go. David Wright is down to 5th James Kerr on the inside looking for the race lead. Side by side at a turn 4. Requeno still has him, but Kerr going to throw it in on the bottom. Got to make sure he doesn't go in too hot, just like that. Do not want to mess up your entry whatsoever. He's going to try the bottom again, but look at Chad Lancaster. He is keeping up with the two dogs up front, and David Wright still back in 5th. He's going to lose another spot to Dylan Alderink. He may have gotten loose at 4, but James Kerr trying to push him up the track just a bit. 20 laps to go. Side by side for the race lead. Chad Lancaster has been able to capitalize on this so far. He is right on the back bumper of the race leaders now. James Kerr is going to need a great dive into one here to clear him. The outside lane is definitely rubbered in. It has grip. The outside line might be the preferred lane, as James Kerr is going to fall to 3rd now. Steven Selby, Dylan Alderink, and David Wright in tow. Does Lancaster have something for that 24 car? Looks like Lancaster going to try the high side again there. He was able to make it work. Whoa, a little bit of contact there between the 75 and the 02. Now James Kerr going to clear almost for 2nd. Not quite able to get there. Maybe side by side at the line. Now can Kerr get to the bottom and clear him? Not quite able to again. A little check up in the background goes the 12 of Steven Selby. He saves it though. He keeps it straight. We'll go back up front for the battle for the race lead here. We are just about 15 laps to go. That's going to space out the field a bit. Brandon Fetterplace moves up to 5th. David Wright relegated down to 6th still. Chad Lancaster clears for the 2nd position. Now he's going to look to the inside. James Kerr still has a chance of this one. So does Lancaster. And honestly, so does Dylan Alderink as he sits 4th. 15 laps to go here at the line. Little wiggle from the O2. Correction, a fairly big wiggle from the O2 there. That could have been bad. Requeno paces the field still. He has led 46 laps, which is just about half of the race. But he has a hungry pack of cars behind him, and Chad Lancaster being one of them. I wouldn't be surprised to see the Crone Horn being pulled out here tonight. They are bumper to bumper, bumper to literally bumper there as they come out of turn 2. Brandon Fetterplace trying to move up to 4th. Not quite able to clear Dylan. Almost, but Dylan got a good run. The 42 sideways out of 4 again. David Wright does not have it for the short run here. As Chad Lancaster, James Kerr, Dylan Alderink, and Brandon Fetterplace, the top 5, all in contention for this one here. Coming to 12 laps to go here at Richmond Raceway. Steven Requeno almost pulled away, but just not quite able to gap everyone, or anyone really. He's running about half a lane, maybe a quarter of a lane higher, through 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Trying anything he can to put a bit of a gap between him and 2nd. Oh, they're 3 wide in the back here. Fetterplace is on the bottom, trying to hold on to 5th. But David Wright is hungry, and David Bennett is in the mix as well. 10 laps to go here. Can Chad Lancaster gain 2/10 on the leader? Now they're running the same line. Big battle going on back here for 4th, 5th, and 6th. And it looks like Fetterplace is going to take 4th now. Huge check up there. These 4 drivers are fighting for 3rd through 6th. Actually, correction, 3rd through 7th. Now it's contact between the 17 and the 8. 3 wide there. David Wright all the way on the bottom. The 8 car gets turned in the back. Around he goes. Caution is going to come out with just 9 laps to go. That's going to mix it up big time. We might be going into overtime. Maybe not. Probably not. I don't think we will. Oh my geez. And Bueno not pitting. Is anyone gonna come in and pit? If I was Ingram, I might have. No. Dave Ingram didn't come in. Rather surprisingly, Kevin Newborn is gonna get the wave around here. He will now take the wave around now. There he goes. We're going to go ahead, take a break here, and wait for them to go back green here at Richmond. Alright guys, welcome back to the Virtual Racing Network here, home of the OG Racing League, Requeno and Lancaster, your front row. And honestly, I think I'm going to tip the hat to Chad Lancaster here. He's on the outside, and we've seen, we've seen the outside have an advantage here. We'll see what happens. These tires have cooled down a bit. Some guys have even pitted for fresh tires. Let's see what happens here. This could be the final restart unless we see tire spin, nothing. Everything looks good. Major jump for the 24 though. That may have just won him the race, but I mean everyone's right back on his rear bumper. I may have spoken way too soon here. Requeno trying to hold on to get his second win. Major wreck in the back. Caution's going to come out again. David Bennett. Huge wreck. The 22 involved as well. Let's take a look at the replay here. Well, let's zoom it, or speed it up. There we go. They went 3 wide, and the 12 may have just rammed into both, well, just ran into both cars, not rammed. And that caused the incident on lap 98. Now we're going to go into overtime, for sure. So overtime attempt 1 of 3 going to be used up now. You're going to have to wait and see what happens. Tomorrow night we have the Sim 500 Midnight Thunder Truck Series. They're going to be racing at Darlington. Had a very competitive season so far over there, so make sure to tune into that. And then next Wednesday, we're back with the Tour Modifieds at South Boston. That's going to be probably one of my favorite events. I love South Boston. It's not my favorite all-time short track, but it's definitely for sure up there. And then following Wednesday on next Thursday, we will have Talladega. I missed a race. 40 laps at Talladega. That is going to be awesome to watch. I love plate racing. Racing in it's also fun. But watching it produce great finishes time and time again is even better. So let's see how this goes here for Requeno. He can get another good jump. He might have this one in the bag, but they have to make it to the white flag first. That's all the 24 team wants to see. And Chad Lancaster, he wants to be able to maybe jump the restart a bit, but not too much to where it puts him out of place, I guess, and potentially gives him a black flag for passing the leader. I don't think he will, but we'll have to see what happens here. We'll be going 1 to green this time around. We have 10 drivers on the lead lap, I do believe. No, we have 8 actually. Ingram will go and is a lap down. There he is. He took a faster pair. His car's looking squeaky clean there. Chad Lancaster, driver of the O2 car, looking to get a win here tonight, along with James Kerr, David Wright, Stephen Requeno, Brandon Fetterplace, and Dylan Alderink as well. Those 6 cars have been pretty much class of the field all night long, especially the 24 car. We're getting ready to go back green here at Richmond Raceway. Green, white, checkered attempt number 1. Pace car's off, green flag is out, and a great jump for the 24 car. He is going to get a massive lead so far as they rush into turn 1, 3 wide. Almost a big choke up there by the O2. He almost came down, and they're going to be wrecking. He kept it straight, though. I don't think that's going to call a caution. We're still racing to the white flag here. Here they come at a turn number 4. White flag is in the air. 1 more lap to go for Stephen Requeno to get his 2nd win of the year. But here comes David Wright. A hard charged move with the last lap and a half. He's going to get up into the outside wall. He's going to wreck right in front of everybody. Up and over goes Brandon Fetterplace. No, that was Stephen Selby, but at the line it's going to be Stephen Requeno getting the win. And that was quite the mess there at the end. Wowzer. That eliminated everyone behind the 42's chance to make a move in 3 and 4. I mean, that if that's not a strike, like you know how you get strikes in bowling? Yeah, I don't. If that's not a strike, I don't know what it is. But Requeno's gonna burn it down here tonight after a dominating performance in Virginia. Oh man. Let's take a look at your finishing results. There's your top 10. Requeno, Lancaster, Kerr, Aldering, Newborn, Wright, David Wright, Brandon Fetter Place, Stephen Selby, Dave Ingram, David Bennett. Your top 10. And then rounding out the field, Arthur Clements and Jason Higginbottom. Joe Marks did not start. Well, that is going to be it. Racing side now. Let's go ahead and move on to the interviews here. Go ahead and give everyone a second or two to join the waiting room. There we go. We've got one. There's two. We couldn't get an interview with Steven last week. Hopefully we can get one this week. Well, let's go ahead and get James Kerr up in the booth here. Hey James, Sean up in the booth with VRN. You got me?
Yes, I do.
Alright, well we got a solid finish here tonight. Came home third at the end of it. What were your thoughts on what happened there on that last lap?
I knew it was going to be wild. Everybody was trying to get position. Some guys had new tires. Some guys were still on old tires. I knew it was going to be something, but I was hoping, and it happened, that they were going to wreck in front of me, and maybe I could salvage something out of it, and, well, it did. But, yeah, I want to apologize to Dylan on that one. I did not know that he was to my outside like that, and I pushed real bad coming off a 2 on that first lap of the green-white checker and pushed up into him. I apologize for that one.
Well, I mean, you still were able to get a top 5 finish at the end of it. Were you expecting to get a top 5 here tonight?
Not with everybody taking tires at or right before the green-white checker, or the caution before. I don't remember which one it was. I stayed out and kind of knew that I might have messed myself up there because I was already pushing on our last green flag run. So, yeah, I didn't think I was going to quite make a good finish on this one. But then when I saw it, I still clipped the wall afterwards and somehow still made third.
Alright, well, is there any shout-outs or thanks you'd like to give out to anyone here tonight?
My sponsors, Black Acid Custom Racing Apparel, KRM, Allison Race Parts, and Howard Boys Racing TV. And all the guys at OG, all the guys who run the league, all the guys who are in the league. It's a blast. I have fun with it every week. Run multiple races a week, so it's fun.
Alright, James, well, have a good rest of your week, man, and hopefully you have a good run in the Tour Modified Series next week, and as well at Talladega next week for Cup.
Definitely.
Alright, now let's talk to race winner, Steven Requeno. Hey Steve, Sean up in the booth with VRN, you got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Alright, well you come home with the win in dominating fashion. You led over half of the event here tonight. And towards the start of it, you were kind of a little bit slower, but you were able to get the car to hook up on the long run there. Did you think that, who do you think your biggest competitor was tonight?
David Wright, definitely. He's super fast everywhere we go. We've had some good battles this season. I was just saving my tires, just waiting. And then after a while, I noticed he couldn't get off the corner, so I really just backed it up so I can get that good run off, and I started losing them again, and was able to hold them off.
Now we had a lot of late race yellows there. Did you think that Chad was gonna maybe have an advantage being on the outside at some point?
Maybe not the outside, but he had maybe like 5 lap pressure tires, so I thought that could be a real challenge because I was building tight that last run right before those yellows started coming out. But I was just letting them dive bomb and being able to get off the corner again and just getting away from them so they couldn't really get to me to be able to move me or be able to get to the inside there.
Well, after your second win of the season, you are now tied with David Wright in points. It's going to be a close battle between you two, so next week at Talladega, what do you think is going to happen there that could hopefully get you the points lead?
Not sure. I don't think I'm going to be in Talladega. I think I'm going to head down to Charlotte, visit the Hall of Fame and all that stuff down there for the first time. So I'm not sure if I'll be here for Talladega or not, or I'll be here the next week after that, definitely.
Alright, Steve. Well, is there any shout-outs or thanks you'd like to give out to anyone here?
Definitely VRN for the broadcast. My uncle usually watches every week. Everybody at OG Racing. Been real fun coming out here racing. Everybody races clean and hard, and you get good battles there for the win.
Alright, Steve. Well, have a good rest of your week, man, and hopefully we see you soon.
Yeah, thank you.
Alright, let's go ahead and get second place runner-up finisher, Chad Lancaster. Hey, Chad, this is Sean up in the booth with VRN. You got me?
Yes, sir. What's up?
Nothing much, man. You had a pretty good run. You're running pretty well. You qualified second and finished the same place you started. So, what do you think it would have taken to maybe get a little bit of a better restart there towards the end of the event?
Yeah, I spun my tires a little bit, but I don't know. I felt like I had a decent restart. I just pushed it too hard going into turn 3, and I don't know who overtook me there in turn 2, but I don't know. It got kind of hectic there when he bounced off the wall and took out the I think it was the mellow yellow car, and I just somehow dodged it all.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty hectic there. So, what was the car feeling like towards the end on the long run?
Yeah, I mean, I felt like I was a little quicker than Steven, I think, was out front, and felt like I was a little quicker, but you know, I didn't want to run into him on the track, so I just kind of, I don't know. That caution came out, and I kind of felt like I lost it a little bit after that.
Alright, well, is there any shout-outs or thanks you'd like to give out to anyone?
Yeah, my sponsor, 213simware.com.
Is that it?
That's it.
Alright, well, Chad, have a good rest. Have a good rest of your week, man, and hopefully we see you running up front next week at Talladega as well.
I hear you. We'll see you. Thanks.
Alright, well, that is everyone. Thank you all for tuning in to tonight's broadcast. If you did enjoy it, please comment, like, and